And welcome back to Crypto Hulk Show. We got a show lined up, and you're going to see Europe and different parts of the world. Tokenization is coming from the giants. Europe's opening up. You're not going to believe there was 3 to 4 major articles on different parts of the world that are linking up with tokenization, the big banks, not little dinky tiny nothings, no, the big ones. Globally, I'm seeing these huge banks tokenizing, testing, whatever you want to call this stuff. It's happening right now. I'm seeing it, and I'm just like, I'm looking to the left and the right. Like, which story do I start with today? Like, I'm seeing massive organizations, massive global banks tokenizing cryptocurrency. I'm just like, whoa. It's like, which one do I pick? There's like all these articles coming out. I'd have like 4 or 5 deep dives per show. That's what I was looking at yesterday when I was putting together this show. I was like, whoa, this is pretty big. Like, Europe is literally getting cryptocurrency and making it legal. The United States, with Gary Gensler and the Democrat communists, are trying to destroy crypto in the United States. But I'm looking at these other countries, and they're like legalizing. They're making laws. They're making laws very clear so people understand. In America, they're just shitting all over crypto industry. And Chris Larson of Ripple gives his endorsement to Kamala Harris. I'm just like, wow, this dude's a dumb bitch. Like, I'm shocked. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I just do research and show you the truth on how cryptocurrency companies like Ripple are trying to hide the truth from you. That's what I do. I find this information and I show you stuff that Ripple never is going to tell you at all. And none of these crypto companies, whether it's Vitalik Buterin or any of these, I'm finding information that's troubling and that shows nothing like we could ever expect on how the United States is hooked up with Russia. The United States is hooked up with China, making their money. And then yet at the same time, oh yeah, China's bad, Russia's bad. Well, then why did we help them make their cryptocurrency? It's almost like I come up with this evidence. No other channel has this. It's my job to prepare you. I don't have answers. I don't. I just provide evidence and show you things, show you connections, show you relationships with Ripple and China and Russia. And other channels just have no idea. But that's what I do. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't listen to anything that I say. Everything on my show is a lie. Everything on my show is fake. I get high before every show. So whatever financial advice you think you're getting, it's under the influence. So therefore it negates it. So in court, I've already told you for the past 5 years, whatever, I've made the show. I've always been under the influence, so therefore you can't take anything that I've said as financial advice. There you go. I'm free and clear. Let's see what we got here. First 5 people, Crypto Greek, Mr. OG, DOS Men, IBEW Dan, and XRP Fleet, Michelle, Jersey Kathy, and then Eternal Being. Back on live shows. Okay, let's start. There's a lot of information here. Let's start with Vitalik Buterin. Like, this whole crypto space is so fake. And then we see this guy. Nobody else has this evidence. So I'm going to show it. right now. I've been watching crypto for 4.5 years. I've never seen anybody with the evidence that I have on this channel. Here you got Vitalik Buterin. The title of this article is called Sales Reaffirms Commitment to Ethereum and Charitable Uses. So, after some activity was noticed from wallets linked to Vitalik Buterin, co founder of Ethereum, he took to the social media platform X to clarify the situation. He stated that all his token sales were meant to, quote, support various projects. Buterin added that any ERC20 tokens gifted to him would go toward public goods within the Ethereum ecosystem or broader charity. Oh. Buterin pledges token sale proceeds to public goods. He rebuffs investment rumors. At the close of August, Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin sparked interest when his wallet transferred 800 Ethereum. Shortly after the move, Buterin chimed in on X, addressing a conversation about his rumored sales. I haven't sold and kept the proceeds since 2018. So Vitalik Buterin is trying to say for the past 6 years, he hasn't kept any money. Buterin wrote, all sales have been to support various projects I think are valuable, either within the Ethereum ecosystem or broader charity. And he talks about biomedical or research and development. Now, this is interesting because let's look right here what Vitalik did. Let me show you a copy paste. No other channel has this information. I appreciate people that become members because I'm showing you what no other channel has. Let's look right here at this particular video. Go to the 22-second mark. 22-second mark. What do we see here? Well, I'm looking at Ethereum roadmap. So website. I'm looking at probably 2015 when Ethereum had an illegal security sales. The SEC of the United States, Security Exchange Commission, didn't do anything at all. They just let it all happen. Right here we see intended use of revenue. Now that's weird. If you're advertising you're selling Ethereum, you show a roadmap. I don't know why you would do that. But then you have intended use of revenue. Oh, look right here. Terms and conditions of the Ethereum Genesis sale. And then look right here. Ether product purchase agreement. Well, I hate to say it, but when you look at all these things right here, this is an illegal security sales because you're looking at a Ethereum product purchase agreement. Terms and conditions of a sale, intended use of revenue. It's almost as if you buy Ethereum, then here's what we're going to do with the money. That's illegal. Now, what makes it more illegal, let me show you this. We have a 5-minute video that I made. It's not on any other channel except mine. Let's look here. Terms and conditions of the Ethereum Genesis sale. Table of contents, it says. Underneath that, important warning, do not purchase Ethereum if you are not an expert in dealing with cryptographic token blockchain-based software systems. Warning, so you got another warning, cryptographic tokens of value may experience extreme volatility in pricing. Warning, the purchase of Ethereum has a number of risks. Number one, what is Ethereum, comma, the platform? Overview of the Genesis sale of Ether. I think I'll stop right there. You can watch the remaining 5 minutes of that video. You're going to see roughly 15 pages of an illegal Ethereum sale. The SEC of the United States did nothing at all because they're illegal and they're compromised themselves. This is a disgrace to America. Why I have to show you how right in front of the SEC, and they did nothing at all. The SEC did nothing at all with this. In fact, William Hinman said that Ethereum was sufficiently decentralized. Wow. Now, I've never worked for the SEC. I've never sold any stocks, bonds, nothing. I can clearly see right here, and I'm clearly showing you when you have terms and conditions of a sale, use of intended revenue, when you're seeing things like this, and if you watch the video, you'll see very clearly Ethereum offered an illegal security sale. If you buy these tokens, here's what we're going to do to help Ethereum. That's totally illegal. And yet the SEC didn't even investigate it. There's a reason for that. I'm showing you this right now, and I'm over here laughing and giggling. So you mean to tell me that some dude who's sitting on the floor has all this evidence, and the SEC just missed it? Really? Is that what happens? This dude's just over here, this guy named Crypto Hulk, showing illegal activity, and the United States government just never seemed to have found that at all. Interesting. I wonder if it's when William Hinman used to work for a law firm. Didn't they represent Ethereum and the Chinese? Yeah, they did. So William Hinman's employer that he was receiving a quote retirement check from, it's called a bribery check. Look, I'm going to end this right here. This is ridiculous. The United States SEC is a criminal organization. They've been bribed, and they sold out the Americans. That's traitorous. They should be tried for treason. They should round up Jay Clayton, William Hinman, put them in jail. They won't. But they'll put you and me in jail if we don't check the box on our tax forms from the IRS that we bought or sold crypto, whatever. We go to jail, but not William Hinman, not Jay Clayton. They can allow all this illegal activity, and that's okay for them. But it's not okay for you and me to make a little bit of money off crypto so we can fight inflation as we try to raise our families and live in our little apartments and try to survive. No, we can't do that. But it's okay for these rich people that work in government to fuck us over. That's okay. And we have to pay our taxes, but William Hinman and these people don't have to because Ethereum was sufficiently decentralized, according to William Hinman. Just wanted to show you that and let you know that these people made millions and you're not going to be able to make shit. Just thought I'd let you know. Next subject. Well, look, oh my good heavens. Stu Lavelle comes in with a red drop donation. I dislike the attitude from YouTube. Not cool. F you, don't make me swear. Bumped 8 times. Hilarious. Here we go again. Fark. This is actually ridiculous. I'm going to send this one off again. I already contacted my YouTube person. I'm going to send a message right now. right in the middle of the show, and that's for show. Gotta give me a minute. Okay. Let's start with the next article right here. Look, the information on my program, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go right to the Chinese one. I noticed on YouTube when I talk about China or pretty much like that, then I just get a ton of spam. So we're going to go right into it. Something that I know is a sore subject, but we're going to talk about China and how Ripple made the Chinese money and why no other channel's discussing this because these people have shit for brains. Stu Lavelle, MC, messages are blocked also. Crazy town. These mother MFers aren't going to affect me. Dirt Road Trucker. Stu, I went through the process of complaining, getting an email, and went through the bitching since then. I haven't been bumped or had any problems through the Chinese movies. So, Dirt Road Trucker, look, you have to complain daily and like threaten them. Now, I'm not going to tell you to threaten their life, but I had a friend one time who told me about a year ago that he threatened them with their life, threatened to catch him in the parking lot. I'm going to catch you in the parking lot tomorrow morning at 7:30, and I'm going to chop you up like a Chinese dinner. You know, whatever you're doing on my channel. That's what he told me. He said, and then somehow his channel got fixed. Don't do anything illegal. All right. Let me find this article here. Right here. We do a copy paste. Nobody fired Gary Gensler. You're reading fake news. Digital RMB transaction volumes hit 56 billion for 1 month. After keeping quiet about the progress of its central bank digital currency CBDC pilot for a year, the People's Bank of China has now reported digital RMB volumes for 2 consecutive months. The average here is 56 billion in a month. While many envision using a CBDC for payments at the grocery stores or restaurants, the digital RMB is also used for high-value corporate transactions, including cross-border ones. Plus, state-owned companies make salary payments within the ECNY. Now, if we look down below in this next paragraph, during a press conference earlier this week, Lu Li, deputy governor of the People's Bank of China, outlined some of the next steps for the ECNY. In this article, we also discuss, go to the second to the last paragraph. It says the BIS, which is a Ripple partner, the Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub in Hong Kong, leads the project with five central banks involved. Okay, what do we got going on here? Number one, we've got China, and they have their electronic CNY, their crypto money that Ripple helped make for them. Nobody else in the whole world understands this. You guys are the only ones. CNN don't know, NBC, nobody knows. No other channels know this stuff. Only Crypto Hulk channel. I appreciate people becoming a member. I'm showing you exclusive information. I appreciate if people become members for that. At the minimum, at the $5 level per month, my channel is the most heavily shadow banned channel, and I appreciate whatever support you can do. I'm showing you here the Chinese have an electronic money, a cryptocurrency. Ripple helped make it. I'm going to show you the evidence here in a minute. China's involved with something called mBridge. There was a global money project called mBridge, and the three cryptos, XRP, XLM, and XDC, they're all mixed up in this. The BIS is the bank of all the banks in the world. They're like the head bank, and they give policy for the other banks. They're a Ripple partner as well. I'm going to show you this evidence right here. The first piece of evidence I want to show you is how Ripple made the Chinese money. Let's look at that right now. So I say in this video, let's start at the 36-second mark. 36-second mark. What do we got here? Ripple China. Damn, Crypto Hulk. The second line we see CNY. That's the Chinese yuan. That's the digital money we're talking about, the ECNY that I was telling you about in the article. It's right here. Crypto Hulk, when did Ripple make the Chinese money? I've never heard about this. They made it in 2013, 11 years ago. Dang. So this is pretty interesting. So Crypto Hulk, how did a United States company make the currency of China that they're going to move away from the dollar with? How did Ripple get authorization to do this from the Department of Defense? I don't have that answer. That's what you should have asked at Ripple Las Vegas. You know, the dumb people that went to Ripple Las Vegas, you should ask Ripple that. Hey, Crypto Hulk showing Ripple China, and he's got like 5, 6, 7 different forms of evidence for Ripple China. Can you affirm or deny that Ripple made the Chinese money, David Schwartz? Because you're the chief technology officer. Shouldn't you be you should know all this. And I'm curious to hear what David Schwartz would say. You know what? I bet you he'll be like, I'm under a non-disclosure agreement. I can't say anything. I'll bet you. Chris Larson, he has money to Kamala Harris. Maybe we can ask Chris Larson, who was at Ripple from like day one. Chris Larson, Crypto Hulk showing Ripple China. It's a money that you guys made for China. Now, isn't China one of our enemies? Chris Larson, can you please explain the evidence that Crypto Hulk found and explain to us why Ripple's making our enemies electronic money? And we could do that to all these Ripple employees, all these channels, like the digital dildos, the digital asshat investor. Hi, my name's a digital asshat investor, and I'm from Twitter. Then my name's Brad Kimes from the Digital Fucked Up Perspectives on Twitter. But I can have a Ripple Las Vegas, and we could all sit around and play circle jerks and rub each other's pecker. But I still can't tell you why Crypto Hulk found Ripple China, and I have never brought that up at all. My name's Digital Fucked Up Perspectives, but I've never told you that at all. I don't know how Crypto Hulk finds this information, but dog my cats, this dude he's like a researcher. And he's making me look bad because it looks like all I do is promote and sell, promote and sell. I don't know how Crypto Hulk finds all this stuff. Shoot, man. I'm starting to feel unappreciated. I can't find shit. All I do is promote and sell all the time. Wow. Unbelievable. So we'll click out of that one. Oh, and the Chinese article talks about the Bank for International Settlements. Look what we got here. Ripple is working with the Bank for International Settlements. August 2023. About a year old. Now, what's interesting again is we're dealing with our money, the Federal Reserve, and it just so happens that Michael S. Barr, I showed you this the other day, but contact my sponsor. Stu's like, but contact my sponsor. You guys, these people that have these crypto channels, they're so fucking stupid. Here's Michael S. Barr, former crypto advisor. Michael Barr confirmed as the top United States financial watchdog. The Senate approved the appointment of William S. Barr. Actually, I'm sorry, Michael Barr, ex-Ripple advisor. This was about 2 years ago. I want you guys to think about this. We're ready to have a crisis in America. You've got an ex-Ripple executive as the number 2 person at the Federal Reserve. Just want you to watch. Something's going to happen. And Michael S. Barr is right there waiting. I want you to watch how all this is getting set up. It's not an accident. You have a Ripple executive working at the Federal Reserve. Okay. Let's click. Now we're going to get into the New York Federal Reserve. There's an article here. I just showed you right here. The number 2 guy at the Federal Reserve is a Ripple employee. Now, keep that in mind as we look at this article right here. The article title is The New York Fed Experts Talk Up Tokenization. So this article just came out the other day. It shows a building. The name of the building is the Federal Reserve of New York. And they're a Ripple partner as well. Yesterday, 2 experts from the New York Federal Reserve. I want you to get a hold of this. The news that I'm reading to you, I just showed you Michael S. Barr, who came from Ripple. Now he's number 2 at the Federal Reserve. The news that I'm showing you right here, the Federal Reserve is now talking about tokenization. You know, a year, 2, 3 years ago, all this crypto stuff was bad. It was very bad. But all of a sudden now it's good. I want you to notice this. Yesterday, 2 experts from the New York Federal Reserve published a post titled Tokenization, Another Giant Leap for Securities. It explains tokenization and argues central bank involvement helps with an orderly transition of financial infrastructure. The paper doesn't support tokenization without a reservation, as highlighted by the question mark in the title. Talks about financial industry may again be on the cusp of profound technological change. Everybody, I'm letting you know right now, I'm showing you in advance before all this stuff goes down. I'm not reading off crypto prices like Digital Fucked Up Perspective does every day. That's ridiculous. You're really reading off crypto prices every day? How sad. You really talk about crypto chart analysis? That's sad. You are the 80-year-old hooker trying to get views. I need some water. So what we got going on, the Federal Reserve all of a sudden now is telling us we are on the cusp of profound technological change. All of a sudden now, when crypto used to be so bad a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, the Federal Reserve, you know what I want to show you is that how does some guy who sits on the floor in a tank top, how am I able to show you in advance and tell you, look, they're telling you right now crypto's bad, but in a year or two from now, crypto's going to be called good. You'll see. Crypto is going to be called necessary for the survival of the United States. You'll see in about 6 months from now, we're going to be in the middle. Like I'm just letting you know right now, predicting. Nobody knows this. I'm telling you, 6 months from now, we're going to be in the middle of a really bad depression. It's all going to start about 3 to 6 months from now. This election, depending if Donald Trump hits it, oh God, be prepared for terror events in this country. All of a sudden, all hell's going to break loose if Donald Trump gets elected. You'll see. I'm going to call it, and you'll see. It's going to be wild. The unrest, the political and social unrest that hits this country, you will see. That's if Trump gets elected. Now, even if Kamala gets elected, you're going to see we're going to go into a depression either way. It's going to be rocking and rolling if Trump does. If Kamala gets in, they're going to try to soft it up as much as they can. But we're still going to be in a depression either way. But what we're seeing here is the Federal Reserve is telling us tokenization is coming. We're at the cusp of a technological change. They're telling you, everybody, right here. This is the Federal Reserve. And isn't it interesting how the number 2 person, Michael Barr, came from Ripple? Well, isn't that a coincidence? We're on the verge of a complete change, and we just happen to have at the number 2 spot at the Federal Reserve a Ripple employee. What a coincidence. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, right? I'm letting you all know that this recession is coming, this depression. We're in a recession. I think we're heading towards a depression that's coming. You know, they start talking about let's look right here. Let me show you this. Copy and a paste. Terrence McNamara, thank you very much. Tax-free money is the best money around. Appreciate that. But look what I just sent you right here. You got 2000, let's say 14, Ripple Labs. It says, meet the team. You got Apple, Goldman Sachs, Now, look to the far right. You got Microsoft, NASA, and then the New York Fed. But let's look at the go to the 7 to the 8-second mark. Maybe the 8-second mark. Look what's at the 8-second mark. Well, it shows the New York Fed. Isn't that something? So, but Crypto Hulk, yeah, you're looking at the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. They were working at Ripple from day one, everybody. You had somebody, there was somebody from the Federal Reserve who was placed at Ripple. I think it was Greg Kidd. I could be wrong. It could be somebody else, you know. But I just wanted you to see, how does a startup like Ripple have somebody from NASA, Microsoft, Apple, Goldman Sachs, the National Security, and I won't say agency, Twitter, the Federal Reserve in New York, like, just, does a startup really have these kind of people? No. And what this is this a Ripple is the government. All right. That's pretty clear. So anyhow, there's your article right there with all your connections. Talks about Project Agora. The Federal Reserve is telling us tokenization is coming. That's what the Federal Reserve is doing. They're getting you ready. And I'm showing you the connections, because the Federal Reserve was there from day one with Ripple. We can go on and on with all these connections. Project Agora, we've gone over it. The BIS is a Ripple partner, on and on. Like, it's very clear where this is going. But I just wanted to show you. Let's go next here. Let me take a look. Let's go to Brazil. I'm going to show you all the Ripple connections in Brazil. They're trying to make it look like it's random. 5 Dennis 1 2 3. It says Project Agora is a CBDC for the US. Oh. Yeah, there's like so much. I can't even. Stu, try a VPN to hide your IP address. The US and the BIS were testing our CBDC. "14 times. That's got to be a gold medal. 15 times. So Stu Lavelle's getting kicked off. I sent that to my YouTube person. You're probably on a shit list. You might just have to start a brand new screen name, Stu Lavelle 1, and then you can later go to 2, 3, 4. But just, you're going to have to start a new one, Stu Lavelle 1. Use a new credit card and a new email address, because you're definitely being targeted by YouTube. For some reason, they can't handle competition, can they? That's a damn shame. Eleven, 15 times is being kicked off my show. Wow. Stu Lavelle says, Hulk, MG can't talk either. You know what? Just try. You're going to have to get a brand new name. So fix your screen name, get a different email, and have a friend borrow a friend's credit card. Um, it's just, unfortunately, that's what has to happen. Like YouTube's scared to death for some reason on my channel. Go says Hulk's channel is the only place this shit happens on YouTube's. Isn't it someone in Australia or YouTube? We're being snuffed. So my original channel can't do anything anywhere on YouTube. YouTube hitting Crypto Hulk in the wallet. Uh, they've been after my channel for 4.5 years. Because the content on my program, nobody's showing you any of this stuff. And YouTube has been attacking my money for 4.5. That's why I'm telling you, I should have at least 500,000 followers at a minimum. But I know there's a cost that the communists, there's somebody who's communist working at YouTube, and probably a bunch of them. But this is the road that I've chosen to teach you all. So I need you all to figure out a way to get around the YouTube problem. It's just, you're not going to be able to watch my show like a regular, just sit there and watch. It's not going to happen. They don't want you to watch the show. If you want to watch my show and participate fully in this and that, I've got people that 2 to 3 times already in the past 4 years have changed their screen names. It's just what you got to do. You're not gonna be able to use the same screen name and come on Crypto Hulk show and just watch it like normal. They're not gonna allow that. So let me get back to work here. Just letting you know. So that was Dubai. Here's Brazil. Let's go over Brazil. Let me show you this article again. 5 Dennis, 123. YouTube didn't like it when I said Ripple was the government. You see, there's no other show that shadow ban. You don't hear these complaints from any other program, do you? The digital asshat investor, the digital fucked up perspectives, fat granny, crypto Eddie, all these Twitter people. You don't hear them complain because no one's trying to censor those channels. They're like not even like a threat. All right. Think about it. How many times do you hear the digital asshat investor saying, well, looks like this person's getting bumped? Nobody gets bumped on those shows. Nobody gets throttled or shut down because those shows are not a threat. But my show, every fucking day, it's one thing or the other. I've been dealing with this shit for 4.5 years. They sell 5 Dennis 123. They sell polysign and artwork that goes to zero. And what about BitBoy? Stu Lavelle says 18 times flicked in an hour. Make that 19. I guess YouTube gets butthurt over the truth. Here we go. Santander, Ripple Partner. Visa, Ripple Partner. MasterCard, Ripple Partner. Selected for Brazil's DREX CBDC pilot. Banco Central do Brazil has announced the 13 themes that will be trialed during the second phase of the DREX pilots. Santander Ripple Partner, Visa Ripple Partner, MasterCard Ripple Partner, Google Ripple Partner. Are you seeing a connection maybe? Are amongst the participants in the 16 consortia. DREX is a wholesale central bank digital currency system where the digital real is utilized for interbank settlements. On the retail side, the digital currency takes the form of tokenized deposits issued by commercial banks. The project aims to enable programmability and leverage blockchain and tokenization for financial activities like investments. Basically, what we got going on here is Brazil has been a Ripple partner from like day one. They're showing you here, it says the consortia are, and it shows all these banks that are involved in this Cbdc trial. I'm going to just show you all the connections that we got here. First one, Santander. Hold on a second. G-O. Oh, man. G-O. Wish it were more, sir. Salamat po. What do I say? Terima kasih. 21 times Stu Lavelle has been kicked off this channel. So here's this article here. Hold on a minute. Santander partners with Ripple. When's the date on this? July 2020. Next. Visa spends $925 million on buying a Ripple partner company. Let's take a look right here. Currency Cloud, $925 million. Next, let's go copy and paste. Visa spends $250 million on a company called Earthport. Company called Earthport. So right there, over $1 billion. Now, MasterCard's mixed up in this Brazilian Cbdc. Let's look right here. MasterCard's a Ripple partner. Pretty big Ripple partner. Look at this title. MasterCard partners with Ripple. Swipe your debit card to use XRP. XRP Labs and MasterCard are collaborating to develop a debit card that will allow users to spend XRP. That's pretty huge right there. Next, let's look at the International Ripple Business Association. Ripple was in Brazil. Wait, here's Robert Driscoll. Thanks for the peeks behind the curtain, Hulk. That's why my channel is the most heavily shadow banned cryptocurrency channel. Nobody's showing evidence like this. Okay, these people have no fucking skill. They can't even do research. It's not even tough. They spend no time doing research. They want to crank out their 7-minute videos or their 13-minute videos. There's no deep dives. They just cherry pick. Look, you can go to Cointelegraph, Coinpedia, whatever it is. Pick your top 7 articles. Go over that in 10 minutes, really quick. Spend about a minute per article. There you go. That's your recipe. That's how these people do it. Nobody wants to deep dive shit and investigate. That's where I come in. And that's why my channel is the most heavily shadow banned. 5 Dennis, 1, 2, 3. Santander had a phone app in 2014 to transfer cross border. Oh, 10 years ago. Interesting. So here is, again, the International Ripple Business Association. Let me show you this. Go to the, how many seconds is this? Like the 0 to 1 to 2 seconds. What are you going to see? The IRBA, the International Ripple Business Association, promotes the growth of the Ripple ecosystem. Now, why are we looking at that? Because in this next section here, go to the 6-second mark, the International Ripple Business Association. Go to the 6-second mark. What do you see? This is July 2015. Okay. Now go to the 25-second mark, 25-second mark, and you're going to see Brazil RipX. That's the name of the gateway on-ramp that was around like 10 years ago. Shows RipX. Now here's the article here showing RipX and on Cointelegraph. So this is all legitimate. I'm going to show you right here. This is on CoinDesk. Latin America's latest Ripple gateway launches in Brazil. And this is 2014, everybody. 10 years ago, it mentions RipX right there. So now you know that RipX is legitimate. Ripple was in Brazil 10 years ago. And I know this has taken a long time. I don't have answers on why it's taken so long. I'm just showing you the evidence that's there. Let me check the comments section. We got about 8 more minutes. Let me look here. JP Morgan, here we go. Now we're dealing with one of the biggest banks of the world. Let's do a copy paste. JP Morgan and 8 Italian banks are involved in Banque de France, wholesale CBDC trials. That's what Ripple is. The Euro system. Now, you know what's going on in Europe is MICA, market in crypto assets. In Europe right now, they're sandboxing. You take all this crypto, put it in a sandbox, and test it out and let it go. So that's what's going on right now. And right now, what Europe is doing, the EU, is having a CBDC, and they're figuring out what CBDC are we going to use. The Euro system is currently running trials for wholesale distributed ledger technology settlement and central bank money. They're going to conduct 19 trials, okay? I'm summarizing. We go to the one, two, three, go to the fourth paragraph. Now, in the third paragraph, they're talking about Project Spunta. We've gone over these. Project Leonidas. We've talked about that. I don't remember the particulars. We've gone over all these things. And they all seem to come back XLM, XDC, XRP. So in this fourth paragraph, you have something called Abilab chain. That's something that I wanted to get into. But first, let's look at the JP Morgan connection with Ripple. Let me do a copy. Here's the actual article. So let's see, what does JP Morgan have to do with Ripple? Well, here's an article from 2 years ago. JP Morgan joined forces with Ripple partner in the United Arab Emirates. What JP Morgan is doing here is they joined up with the Al Fardan exchange. This is how JP Morgan sends money all around the world, is using Al Fardan exchange. That's Ripple, okay? So JP Morgan is very familiar, and JP Morgan uses Ripple technology each day through the Al Fardan exchange. Here's the next JP Morgan Ripple connection. JP Morgan and Wells Fargo to use Ripple partners FedNow service. So there you go. There's another example how JP Morgan is using Ripple technology, and that's in the FedNow. Now in Europe, they're coming up with all the crypto laws and regulations. And here's your proof that Ripple is with the Digital Euro Foundation. They're talking about a CBDC. Well, the CBDC of Europe, if you want to call it that, is the euro. So why would Europe, who has the Digital Euro Foundation, be a partner with Ripple and not use their CBDC version? Just letting you know. So there's that evidence. All this stuff comes back to Ripple. I'm going to show you a connection. Let me know if this goes through. Somebody let me know. I just sent you a link. Does this page go through? Let me know. Somebody, let me know. Did the link go through? Somebody let me know. Did for me. Got it. Okay. All right. What are we looking at here? I sent you a link. Still loading for me. Yes. Okay. So that link goes through. Italian link. All right. What are we looking at here? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to continue now. We're going over JP Morgan is in Italy with 8 Italian, or they're in France with 8 Italian banks involved in Banque de France wholesale CBDC trials. In the article down here, it talks about in the fourth paragraph, it talks about the Abilab chain. That's ABIL, AB chain, Abilab chain, one word. Right here, there you go. We took it back to 2018, 6 years ago. Here's the ABI lab chain right here. It's very interesting who's involved. in this ABI lab chain. But here's the original 2018 page. And we're looking at the partners at the bottom down here. IBM. I'm going to name them off. And then I'm going to show the proof. IBM. I'm kind of hitting the button to look at the different ones. Accenture. So IBM is a stellar partner. Accenture, Ripple partner. NTT Data, that's R3. That's the XDC crypto. Price Waterhouse Cooper, I think that's Ripple. The PWC, but definitely Deloitte. Deloitte down there at the bottom, that's Ripple. So you can see this Abilab chain has Stellar, Ripple, and XDC partners. Let's look at the evidence right here. I'm going to show you Accenture. Now, Accenture is a Ripple partner working with Swift. Look at this. Ripple partner Accenture writes a paper with Swift on CBDCs. That's some pretty big evidence right there. Here's your next evidence. IBM. Right there. Let's go over that. Stellar IBM partnership. We scroll down, you see summary, overview, private networks via Hyperledger. It says right there, the Stellar Development Foundation joined the Hyperledger Foundation as an associate member. Next, that Abel chain talked about NTT. Let's see. That's R3. Let me show you that evidence right there. So the JP Morgan working with the Italian banks in France, I'm showing you connections to all the three cryptos, all the three X cryptos. Right here, you have an R3 page that says executive summary 2021. We scroll down. It says Thomas Spencer, Strategic and Partner Alliance lead R3, provides a recap of the recent Rethinking Reconciliation webinar with NTT Data Italia. There you go. So now you got all three of these cryptos, XLM, XRP, and XDC, all mixed in with the JP Morgan. Now, also, we've got Deloitte, who's a member of this Abel chain. Let me show you the evidence for Deloitte. Right there. What's the title? This is a Deloitte page from Deloitte.com. Deloitte showcases integration of Ripple technology into Temenos T24, allowing real-time international payments. 2016. 8 years ago, the evidence. Now, for those of you that are interested, here's your Sputna website. So anybody can go to this. You don't need a Wayback Machine to do this shit. Here's your Sputna. Now, what's interesting about this Sputna, scroll down to the bottom. Not quite the bottom, but scroll down a little ways. You've got, let me start it off. You got a little video there. Below the video, it says the team. Below that, it says partners. What do we see? NTT Data. Oh, damn. But look right here, R3. R3 with Corda platform. That's the XDC crypto. So you're seeing it right here. So the JP Morgan working with 8 Italian banks on Bank de France. I've already shown you all this evidence right here. It's all XRP, XLM, and XDC. Now, here's your evidence to show that R3 Corda is going to use the XDC crypto. There's your evidence right there. What does that title read? R3 Corda Network, set to go DeFi with XDC digital currency. There's all your proof right there. So the JP Morgan with the 8 Italian banks doing testing with Project Sputna. That's all R3. All this evidence you guys just got, and we're at an hour and 5 minutes, and this show's over. I think that's it. You've had way too much evidence. You already know which cryptos are going to run the world. I've shown you already the 3 X's. My name is Crypto Hulk, and that'll be it for today's show. I'll see you in the next one.